Okay, let's take this rather super low mileage Land Rover Defender 90 50th anniversary V8 automatic for a spin. All light ignition light come up properly. Oh, it's immobilised itself. At least you know the immobiliser works. Should be off now. There we go. I've just done a few miles on this morning, so it's not stone cold. Let's turn the radio down. But I did, 70 miles in it last night, and it performed absolutely faultlessly. Only showing 51,000 miles, and that is warranted as being correct. It's had one owner for the last 9 years, and it spent its early life in the Isle of Man, which between them account for its low mileage, because the last owner used it very sparingly, and it's really, really nice. Starts on the button. There's no misfiring, no hesitancy, and importantly no overheating. The temperature gauge is sitting just below the halfway point as we speak. Fuel gauge flickers around as they always seem to do on these, but that seems to be par for the course with a 50th. And it just does exactly as you'd hope. The engine sounds lovely. It's got a full stainless steel exhaust on it. Transmission feels nice. It changes gear very nicely and smoothly. There's no if I let my foot off sharply, there's no clunking or banging whatsoever in the transmission or drivetrain UJs or anything like that. All very, very good indeed. Accelerates smartly. It goes into the lockout top gear at 55 miles an hour, as you'd expect. But handling wise on these 50ths, as you can see, they're really quite good. That's quite a nice bend to go round there, and it's it handles superbly for a large Jeep. Steers exactly the way it should. It's not wandering all over the road. I'm not having to fight its steering. You can perhaps hear a very slight knocking. All that is there's two sets of keys on one ring, and they're just knocking on the steering column slightly. It's nothing to do with the car itself. It's where the keys are knocking on the trim. But it's fantastic. There's not a squeak, groan, rattle, bang or clunk. The only thing it does do, in common with the other one we have at the minute, the passenger seat, when there's no one in the passenger seat, does rattle very, very slightly, but that's very, very minor. In fact, if I put my hand on it, it doesn't do it. But that really is about it. It's a super example, and as I say, it's the lowest mileage one that we've had through our hands this year. And just seems to be in great order throughout. It's got a nice Alpine radio, CD, and cassette player. What else can we tell you about it? Air conditioning is nice and cold on this one. It's also got ARB air lockers on it, on the front and rear diffs. It's got a winch. I don't think it's ever been used properly off-road. I need to check the history to see if the last owner had those fitted or the one before. But it's not really had many owners overall, actually. So no clunking or banging or anything. Nice and smooth. An absolute joy to drive. In fact, I'm going to continue to drive this one for a few days. Really not much more I can say about it. It just does everything it should. By far the ultimate Defender. Absolutely lovely. And this is a nice example all round. That's about it, I think. My name's Simon. You can reach me in the office on 0118 907 14 95. Or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. End.